Sunday school class. The teacher was teaching about the plagues of Egypt right before the great exodus of the Hebrew people. The ninth plague is upon them, and Pharaoh's heart is hardened towards God and God's people.
Okay, now kids, let's read what happened next to Pharaoh and all of Egypt. Okay, is everybody in Exodus chapter 11, verse 1? You there? Okay, in verse 1, and the Lord said unto Moses, yet will I bring one more, let me start over there. Exodus 11, verse 1, and the Lord said unto Moses, yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. And in verse 4, and Moses said, thus saith the Lord, about midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die. From the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the meal, and all the firstborn of the beasts. Now, Dixie, you have a question?
What does firstborn mean?
Firstborn means the first child born into a family. Everyone has someone that was born first in each family, all the way back into the very first person, the very first child ever born. Can anybody tell me who that was, who the first child born?
Wasn't it Cain?
You're right, it was Cain. Cain was born to Adam and Eve, who was the first man and woman. However, Adam and Eve were not born. God created Adam and Eve. When Adam and Eve sinned, God told Satan, I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Her seed would lead to the birth of the Son of God. And that's why the sacrifice was so important. It was the blood covering. So now that you understand about the firstborn in the family, you can understand why they needed to obey what God told them to do before the death angel came through the land. So now, let's read in Exodus chapter 12, verses 3 through 8, and see what the Lord told them to do. Is everybody there?
Yes.
Okay, Exodus, in verse 3, speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it from the sheep or from the goats. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper doorpost of the houses wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. So from what we just read, we can see that God told the people they needed to kill the lamb and then do what?
They had to use its blood.
That's right. And who can tell me what they had to do with the blood?
They had to strike it on the upper doorpost of the 2 side posts.
That's exactly right. They had to put it on both the side posts of the door, above the door, and on the both side posts. So if the Lord saw the blood, then he would pass over that home and no one would die. But as the verses that we just read told us, if there was no blood, then what happened? The firstborn of that family would die.